In his recent podcast episode, Mike Tyson revealed that he'll be returning to the ring at the Hardrock Stadium in Miami, Florida. It was in the episode with Canelo Alvarez as the guest, and Mike Tyson stated that he'll be fighting around May 29th, 2021. And according to some recent reporting, Mike Tyson won't be working with Triller Fight Club going forward. Tyson himself actually made a statement on Instagram basically squashing any rumours that he'll be working with Triller moving forward, and stating that he doesn't know any Triller executives personally and won't be looking to work with them moving forward. And that came on the back of his podcast episode with Canelo Alvarez, where he actually somewhat criticised Triller Fight Club because of their Jake Paul versus Nate Robinson fight, where Nate Robinson got knocked out cold, and a lot of people, including Canelo Alvarez, didn't think that he should have been in the ring because he had little to no experience in boxing. He's a former NBA player, and Jake Paul had decent experience in boxing, although he was a YouTuber, or he is a YouTuber. And off the back of this fight announcement, a lot of people have been speculating who Tyson will fight, and to me, the obvious opponent is Evander Holyfield in the trilogy, which has been rumoured for a few months now, or more than a few months since Tyson made his comeback. And it looks as though Tyson versus Holyfield 3 will not happen, because according to Evander Holyfield's team, they offered Mike Tyson a guaranteed $25 million to fight Holyfield, and the offer was declined by Mike Tyson's team. So on their behalf, on their side, they don't believe the fight will happen. And if that's the case, that Tyson and his team are essentially rejecting a $25 million guarantee, which seems to me a pretty reasonable offer, and they haven't even made any counter offers or asking for more money. It seems to me that fight won't happen, and probably for the better. But according to some reports, Mike Tyson may face James Toney in his next fight, which in my opinion is a disaster. I don't think this Legends Only League and these heavyweight legends boxing again is, it's not a good idea in terms of their health, especially for guys like James Toney, who can barely string a sentence together, right? And if you watch that Roy Jones Jr. versus Mike Tyson fight, there was nothing spectacular or impressive about it. Tyson, it's not prime Mike Tyson we're talking about here. He looked like a 54-year-old man in there, which he is. So it's not something that I think a lot of people are gonna, I don't think a lot of people are demanding more fights from Mike Tyson. So I just don't understand why he or his team are insisting that he fights again. So, let me know your thoughts in the comments below, guys. Would you watch another Mike Tyson exhibition fight, or whatever they're claiming it is, what kind of fight it is, if it's I don't know, man. But let me know in the comments below what you think. Should Tyson fight again? Do you want to see Tyson fight again? Am I a bit too critical of this whole exhibition bout stuff? Because I just feel, one, it's not even really that entertaining, and secondly, these guys are in their 50s and nearly in their 60s in the case of Evander Holyfield. So I don't want to see that. I don't want to see two old men fighting, you know what I mean? And if it was any other black boxers or any other just people in general, you got 50 and 60-year-old men wanting to get a license for a boxing fight. I just don't understand how these guys are getting licenses. These guys are risking their health, and the reason it's worse when you're older is because you don't recover as quickly, and you're not as you don't have the resistance to damage that you used to have as a younger man. So these guys are really putting their lives at risk. This isn't just sport anymore. If something goes wrong in one of these exhibition bouts, it will damage the reputation of the sport as a whole, which is probably the most, other than obviously if someone gets a life-changing injury, that's terrible, but it's also bad for the sport. So I don't want to see that. But yeah, so let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments below. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree? I'm open to all opinions. I just want to, hear what you guys think. So leave a like on the video if you did enjoy it. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. And remember to turn on post notifications to stay notified whenever I upload a new video.